afternoon. It's a little bit later today that I get to record this. I had a busy morning and some other things, and so I'm taking a few minutes out of my afternoon to come to you with some thoughts today on Thou Shalt Prosper. And I have just continued to get feedback from people. I'm so thankful for that, and just continuing to connect and learning about how business is just some of you are making a great difference out there, and together we are just doing great work in the world, and it's energizing, it's enjoyable, right? We're learning and we're growing, and it's just so amazing to hear about it, and I love that. So all right, so today we are going to talk a little bit about charity. And this was one of my, again, just the lights going off when it comes to business that we seem to be drawn to that's not for profit or a charity versus a business that's for profit. And some thoughts on that. And because I, in particular, much of my life was drawn to not for profit, drawn to church and ministry work, this definitely I have had impact in both places of my heart. So, this is on page 31, and the subtitle is Charity is Good, Business is Selfish. It's a popular misconception. So he talks in here a little bit about how he senses it's much easier to persuade business professionals to talk about the good they do outside the office than about the immeasurable good they do for society by running their businesses. I'm going to say that one more time. It's much easier to persuade business professionals to talk about the good they do outside of their business, outside of the office, than about the immeasurable good they do for society by running a business, right? So he talks about a couple of people that he meets. Number one is John Walton. He is the son of Sam Walton. We all know who that is, right? The Walmart heirs, if you will. He also meets a man named Theodore J. Forstmann, who was a founding, he was a tycoon, and he was an investment banker, basically. And so these two men, John Walton and Theodore Forstmann, went together with the wealth from their businesses and formed a children's scholarship fund. This is what they set up, this not-for-profit. And the author was invited to address the leadership of the Children's Scholarship Fund in New York City just 1 month after 9/11. And that's when he got to know these two individuals. And he goes on to tell some stories about them. And there's also another man named Stuart Sloan who created and built several large and successful commercial enterprises. So he talks about these three people, Walton, Forstmann, and Sloan. These three gentlemen, if you will. And he goes on to talk about this, which I thought, this just really got me. So Ted Forstmann, right? Wealthy. Under Ted Forstmann's leadership, Gulfstream developed the new ultra long-range business jet, the Gulfstream 5, which not only enabled people to travel faster and accomplish more, but also provided jobs and security to thousands of workers, right? So the fact that Gulfstream got to employ all these people to make this plane also enabled Forstmann to get a lot more work done. But here's the next sentence. Of course, whenever hatred of business consumes the culture, business jets become the despised symbol of luxury and excess. Guilty. 100% guilty. I have totally judged people who fly on jets. Personal aircraft. I have, totally. It is something. It is a lifestyle. It is a business ownership of which I do not understand. I do not live there, right? But he goes on to say, while they are of course expensive, the truth is a little more complex than that. Once a trip by a commercial air carrier became an exercise in frustration with the absurd TSA lines and regulations, inexplicable delays came, cancellations came, inconvenient schedules, and bad connections. Any business professional whose time is worth a few $100s an hour or more should be compelled to fly by chartered jet. Enough companies saw the sense in this to make the Gulfstream quite profitable. Because your time is worth something. And when you're living that life and think of the hundreds and hundreds of people this guy employed. His time is valuable. He knows there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of people counting on me to do the work that needs to be done. I've got to get there and get things going. Maybe also this helped him spend more time with his family, right? Maybe it helped him be home for dinner at night. Maybe it helped him go see his kid's soccer game, right? This is, again, a life that I don't understand, but you know what? Maybe it helped him live his best life and keep the most important things the most important things. Maybe that's what made his life possible, because that was what he was responsible for, and he felt responsible, right? Like, I can't read the guy's mind, but I'm feeling a little bit of his pain in my own life. I hope Forstmann feels just as much pride in the success of the Gulfstream Aerospace Corporation as he does in the Children's Scholarship Fund that he started. He ought to. Those accomplishments are praiseworthy. Are you proud, just as proud of the things you've done in your business, making money, as well as the things that your wealth has also given hundreds of thousands of dollars away, maybe even millions of dollars away to something else? As these gentlemen, they gave millions of dollars. The story is fantastic of what they've done, because, so think, your business is creating thousands of jobs for people. So they're making money. They're able to give away because they're providing for their families. You're also giving to families in need and creating places of education, right? It's phenomenal what they've given to. And they created this on their own because of a personal passion. That's good business, right? And just today, actually, I recorded something about why I love Cabby. And maybe even I'll post it on here so people can see that. Because I posted it on LinkedIn, actually, today, of what's the heart of what we do. Why do I do what I do? Well, there's definitely some reasons. I want to be part of something bigger than myself, right? What am I worth? What's my time worth? What's my family worth? What do I need to invest in to make sure life can work? Now, again, I'm not saying I need to go get a plane. I am not saying anything like that. But there's things equivalent, like how nice of a vehicle do I need? How many vehicles do I need, right? We can there's always a one-upman, right? And so what I love about things like this is it just makes me think. It helps me see things from a different perspective. It helps me understand, right? I'm not saying this person, anybody needs to go fly a jet, right? But you know what? There are some people out there, they'd like to be home for their kid's soccer game. And this is a great way for them to get the business done that so many people are relying on, and for them to be home with their families. And it could be male or female. There are women out there rocking it too. Hello? Right? It can go either way. Maybe even this enables them to take their family with them. Maybe they want to stop at the Grand Canyon for the day and go on a little vacation, right? If your kids are mobile learning, you can go anywhere now, right? So it just gives a new level of flexibility and a new level of possibility to life, whatever that looks like, right? Whatever works. And I love this idea. And this, I underlined, whatever hatred of business consumes the culture, business jets become the despised symbol of luxury and excess. I wonder what you look at. And what is the symbol of luxury and excess to you? Is it driving around a neighborhood? Is it a yacht? Is it a boat? Is it a certain car? Is it a neighborhood? Is it a motorcycle? I think we all have these symbols in our life that seem totally impossible. Maybe even something that doesn't even really value me. I'm in the fashion business, and do I want a Louis Vuitton bag or a Louis Vuitton whatever, or whatever high-end thing might mean something to me? Is that what seems sort of, oh, that is just the epitome of luxury and excess and too much? Again, and some people don't even care about this stuff, but this is my story, right? This is what's been meaningful to me. And maybe it just helps us see differently, because some of this stuff that I read today, you're like, yeah, that doesn't even faze me. That I don't even have time to think about that, right? I'm just trying to get my taxes paid this month on time. So anyway, I hope we just can see, this just begins opening up something different, right? That's my hope for myself and for others. And maybe even we can just kind of laugh at the things that we take seriously as well. Like, do do I really need to care about that? Or do I really care about people and where they're at? Because you know what? I want to get home from my kid's soccer game just like everybody else. So, all right, I am going to pray for us before we go. Lord, thank you so much that you teach us just through simple stories. Things are never as they seem, that's for sure. So help us be men and women of grace. Help us use our time well, and however that needs to look for others, no judgment. I'm going to do the best I can for the people that work for me, for the people who partner with me, for the people who have trusted me. Help us to see differently.